Now, is this Samuel Ekpa that is killing people in Benue State?
No.
Is this Samuel Ekpa killing people in Kaduna?
Well, not. No.
To go to Nigeria, you enter a place to Lagos. Can you travel on the road to your village?
Well, not without finding out if it's safe. But for now, I can, but not without me looking aside. If my car should break down around 7:30 p.m. along Lagos Ibadan Expressway, you may never see me again.
So is this Samuel Ekpa that going to stop you on the road?
No.
Nigeria collapse will begin in a few weeks' time. I want everybody to take seriously what I'm saying tonight. The collapse of Nigeria will start in a few weeks' time. The collapse of Nigeria will start from the 31st day of July 2023. Go and mark it. It will be very interesting and very important that some of you who want to keep history start documenting events from the 31st of July 2023. When we say Nigeria will never remain the same, is an understatement. I am making it very clear this evening. Our target is to collapse Nigeria starting from the 31st of July. Nothing will save Nigeria. Nigeria is designed to fail. We have had series of prediction, series of prophecy here and there. In 2014, America predicted Nigeria collapse. It didn't happen. And today, I am very proud to be part of the generation of Biafra that will bring the impunity and the evil entity called Nigeria to a successful end. And the end of Nigeria starts from the 31st of July 2023. I want everybody to write this particular date down. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, "We will go to this war without anything, and we are going to win." I want everyone to understand that we are here to finish it. If you are part of this government today, you should be proud of yourself that you are part of the finishing team. I welcome you all this evening to this space where I will be ready to answer questions concerning the collapse of Nigeria that will start on the 31st day of July. On the 30th day of July 2023, Biafra will unveil the prototype of the cities of Biafra land. Immediately, the independence of Biafra, the urban development, and the Department of Urban and City Development and Planning will unveil for the very first time in the history of Biafra the plan and the prototype of the Biafra city. I want every media team, every media personnel of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile to take note of this particular announcement. The whole world must tune in to the Biafra Republic Government in Exile media platforms and come to join and listen and watch the type of city that Biafra is bringing to Africa. You are going to listen to the presentation by the Minister of Urban Development, the team, and what they intend to do in the coming years as soon as Biafra become an independent state. This is a historic presentation that you as a Biafran don't want to miss. Write the date down, 30th of July, which is Sunday, we are going to present to Biafra for the very first time in the history of Biafra the prototype of the city, what we are fighting for, how we want our city to look like, the building structure, the housing structure, the housing plan, the street planning, the road planning of Biafra. You are going to see it as we unveil them for the very first time in the history of Biafra liberation. I welcome all of you, co-host, Pastor Vam. Welcome you, success. You guys can take the stage and bring in those who have concern and who have questions to ask today so we can clear their doubt. But one thing you must know this evening is that the disintegration and collapse of Nigeria will start from the 31st day of July 2023. We are going to make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you, my able Prime Minister, sir. Good evening, sir. And Biafrans are happy to have you on the space tonight. And you know the hunger of every Biafran worldwide. Over 70 million Biafrans are all glued to their Twitter space, to the social media, wherever they are watching. They want to listen to the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile. And you are really doing what is suiting the whole Biafrans, and we are delighted to have you at the helm of affairs in this particular movement right now. Success, you're welcome. Please, you can also make your welcome address.
Thank you very much, Mazi Raphael, Pastor Valavam, our able Prime Minister, Your Excellency. Good evening from here. And I welcome every fellow Biafrans to this very space once again. We'll continue saying it. After all, the world was created by just mere words of mouth. And God said, let there be, and there was. And we keep saying, and it keep taking shape. And thank Chukwukika that none of your words has come, go back unfulfilled. Everything you said or you made comment on or about is taking place. And there's nothing the enemies can do about it. This is the right time for the manifestation of all that we have been speaking, all that the people general have saw and speak. This is the time of manifestation. And right now, just little effort will have a very big result. They are surprised of how we do it. It is not mathematics. It is a word that has spoken for years and has accumulated, and it has condensed and is about to rain. And this is the time it is raining, and that is why every little thing we do, it turns out to be gold. I want as well to still tell the multinational corporations present in some part of Biafra land that 28 is their last day to shut down every operation, not even the oil, but every other multinational organizations or corporations that may be operating, because these 2 weeks, it is a time of labor. These 2 weeks, 14 days is a time of labor, and something must happen. Thank you very much, Mazi, Raphael. And as usual yesterday, you keep bringing in people. I will stand by and remove those who might have asked their questions or given their thoughts. Thank you very much. I'm welcome.
Thank you so much, Mazi Success. You're welcome. And fellow Biafrans, we are here to witness the collapse of the zoo, the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom. And please, we want you to come up with your questions. And as you request, we'll bring you in. We would expect some of these people that are still, having doubt as to how these things will happen. We expect you to be the ones to be asking us questions. Please, I would beg of you, we know you want to come and greet our Prime Minister, to encourage him and salute him. This space is actually meant for people to ask questions for clarity. That is why we're here. So please minimize the greetings and ask questions, please. If you know you don't have questions, need less of raising your hands. Allow those that have questions to raise their hands, and I give you 60 seconds. You ask your questions, and the Prime Minister will respond. Please, you know the kind of questions you ask. We don't tell you questions you ask, but some security details you don't expect the Prime Minister to begin to unveil here. So just ask questions that concern Biafra, concern the restoration, concern the zoo. How do we make it? How is it going to happen? How will the zoo fall? How are we sure? Ask those questions and you will get answers instantly. So we expect you to be raising your hands ASAP. As I will start with if I unmute yourself and bring up your question. Thank you, if I more.
Good evening from my side. My PM, good evening from here. I salute you. My question is, I have two questions. I wanted to ask one yesterday, the two questions yesterday, but unfortunately, time did not permit me. So I'll ask two questions now. First question is, since we know we have, in terms of a traditional and culture in Biafra land, we have monarchies in Biafra land. And as it is now, the terrorist government of Nigeria had made it that we don't know the real traditional list, even though there are remnants of them that are still real traditional lists that we have. All these people that are operating with the license that is being issued to them by the politicians, if Biafra is being restored today, tomorrow, what is the Biafrans going to do about those people? Are they still going to continue as a traditional rulers in different villages as they are there working for the interest of the Fulanis? Or is anything going to be done about it? That is my first question. Then my second question is, on the building of Biafra, those that already have their buildings, that have their estates, because there are individual estates here and there in Biafra land. When Biafra come, I know that most of those estates might be on the place where Biafra have mapped out for highways and all that, and the skyscrapers. What is going to be the fate of those that already have property there? Is there going to be a compensation? Or how is the government of Biafra going to treat them? Thank you, my PM. These are my questions.
Thank you very much for that wonderful question. I'm going to take it from the last one about those buildings and those who have estate and whatever. We are having Biafra government building plans, and that plans is what we're going to follow. So you must meet the standard approved by law of Biafra for any building to stand anywhere. If your building is affected, there is also either a law of compensation or whatever the law of Biafra says is what we're going to follow. But of course, it is going to be reasonable enough for those whom their building have been affected to be compensated by the government. So I believe the law will take its course on that. But nobody, no Nigeria structure is going to disrupt the plan we have for Biafra. Biafra plan remain supreme. So if you have any building anywhere and it blocks or disturb the structure we are having on ground, I would want Biafra to be better than Dubai. We are going to bulldozer it overnight. And then whatever the law says will apply to your property. Number two is, you talked about the traditional rulers. You call it traditional rulers, not political rulers, not certificate rulers, not political giving certificate rulers. You said traditional rulers. We are going back to our roots. Immediately Biafra is restored, traditional rulers will become traditional rulers. It will be the choice of the gods of the land according to how it is done in the past. We are going to restore the tradition. We're going to restore the power and the energy that made us what we are, that made the enemy to fear us. We're going to restore those powers. At the same time, we will respect other religions that are in Biafra land. And I will tell you now today that in those days, we know what our tradition means. We know when a king or a traditional ruler dies, the tradition of that particular kingdom or kindred will choose who become the next traditional ruler, and not by political appointment. Today, that particular custom, the power that we control in our land has been adulterated by the Fulani oligarchy, by the caliphate, and their corruption, and those particular energy is no longer effective in our land. So we are restoring back our traditional rulers' might, right, power, and dignity. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
If I hope you are okay. Success, you want to say something?
Yes,
Please
yes,
go ahead,
yes.
Success.
I'm okay.
No, go ahead, Mazaraf. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you, fine. All right, please, if there is no need for, if your question is answered, you just allow the position for someone else, so that there are a lot of people that are waiting to ask questions. Mazi Gaddafi of Biafra, please go ahead and ask your questions. Thank you.
Thank you. The Prime Minister of the great nation in Africa. I salute you, sir. I salute all comrades in the building. I salute you all. Sir, my Prime Minister, you know, as Biafra is going to be the great nation in Africa, and as the Israel of Africa, sir, and you know we are surrounded by enemies. That means we'll be expecting like rockets from our borders. Sir, will there be, in this prototype, will there be a provision for bomb shelters, so that if there is any emergency, our people will have these shelters? In this prototype, sir, will there be like bomb shelters, sir? Thank you. That's just the question I have.
Thank you very much. We are going to have bomb shelters, but we are not going to make it public. Bomb shelters remain a security measure for the Biafra people, for internal security of Biafra people, and it is within us. So we are going to know, only us will know where we have bomb shelters and where we do not have bomb shelters. And that is going to come later on. The enemy is not going to know where we have bomb shelter, where the bomb shelter is located. If they have spies in our land, they may try to know, but we're not going to give that publicly to them. So yes, we are going to have bomb shelters. In fact, we're going to take the security of Biafra people as the most prioritized items and most prioritized issues in the Biafra government. So we are going to build very powerful bomb shelters all over Biafra land, because we know we are the second Israel in Africa. So it's going to be the same thing. But one thing I can assure you today is that the emergence of Biafra will solve terrorism in Sahel and beyond, and Africa, and by extension in Europe. Because the only place where the terrorists have a stronghold now is in Sahel and in Nigeria. And the disintegration of Nigeria is going to put an end to it. That is what we are doing today. So bomb shelters will be built across Biafra land. Not only bomb shelter, we are also going to have the alarm system. Alarm system is going to be built all over Biafra territory. At any given threat, from external threat or any aggression, the alarm system will go off. And our people will be educated and be taught how this alarm system works. Immediately you hear such alarm, you know there is a danger, and you know where to go, when to go, and how to do about it. So it is something we are taking very seriously. Thank you.
Mazi Gaddafi, that was a good response to that, and I'm sure you are satisfied. All right, Mazi Udoka Nacho, please quickly bring your question without hesitation.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow Biafrans. My PM, I greet you, my ambassador. Ọkpọkọrọ Oshimoj ka m na-akpọ gị. Dị mkpaji agha fụye ọkụ. Ndị iro mewuo ọkụ, iwere agha fụyọọ ya. Ha mewukwe n'olu gị ọkụ. Imewukwe elu ha ọkụ, olepịasie ha, mana ha mewuo olu gị ọkụ, ijiri agha gị fụyọọ ya. So m na-akpọ gị dị mkpaji agha fụye ọkụ. And my question goes like this. What is our Biafran Republic government in exile doing in case of Nigeria decided to cut off network in Biafra land due to the heat they are receiving and the things that is happening now, both the way we are trying to pull out from Nigeria? If they decided to cut off the network in Biafra land, what is the measure our Biafra Republic government in exile is putting in place to make sure that we are not that you are not live in dark? Because network and communication is the most important thing in human life. Thank you. And that is my question.
Thank you very much. We are working on having that particular solution, and it is on the table. But let me tell you, if they cut off communication, we will cut off every oil pipeline. We are going to cut off energy. We supply energy to Lagos from the southeast, supply oil to them from the southeast and the south-south. So if anything like that happen, we are not only going to cut the oil, we're going to also cut the energy, and we'll keep Lagos in darkness for as long as we want. We supply energy to Lagos. You know, a lot of people don't know this particular fact, but it's a fact. The electricity you enjoy in Lagos today is coming from the east. We supply electricity to them. So if anything like that happen, we know how to deal with them. So, and as we are dealing with them, we are restoring our network back, and Biafra will start using their own network, but they cannot have access to their own oil. They don't have any oil. They will also not have access to the energy. It will take them decades to build energy, to supply energy to Lagos. Today, we supply them energy to Lagos, and we're going to cut it off too. Thank you.
Thank you, my Prime Minister. Thank you. Mazi Success, please, anytime you want to come up, please don't hesitate. I have only one hand raised, and that is David. Please endeavor to raise your hands, because after David, I will dislodge those that are not raising their hands to bring in those that are in the room. David, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
David is having a network challenge.
Okay, please. David is having a network problem. Okay, let's pick Udo before Mazi Kevin. Udochi, please, you can bring your question up. Udochi.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, our PM. May God protect you always in Jesus' name. Please, my question here is about religion. I know the Biafra is a Christian religious country, but here, we have different denominations, and also I am Omenala. So I want you to sensitize us more on that, please. Thank you.
On what? On what?
Religion. You know, we are Christians, and then we Omenala here in Biafra land. So, and also we have the different denominations too. So people are somehow have a kind of debate or confusion about that we hear. So I need you to sensitize us more on that.
You need to ask a specific question. I cannot just come here and start sensitizing you on religion. It's a very broad issue. But we have three main religions. We have the Jewish religion, we have the Christian, and then we have the traditional religion. So these are the three major religions we have in Biafra nation. So what is your question?
It doesn't have a specific to that question. Udochi, when you are clarified with your question, you can come up and ask, and the Prime Minister will give you an accurate, specified question, accurate, specified answer to your specific question. Mazi Kevin Ndubisi, please unmute yourself and come up with your question, please.
Thank you very much.
Mazi Kevin.
Okay. I greet you, my Prime Minister. I welcome every one of us here. Let me go straight to my question. My number one question is in regards to our currency. In 1967 to 70s, when we fought war, we used the Biafra pounds, and it ended in 1970. And from recent developments, I've seen that the current development now is that Biafra Republic government in exile have abolished the pounds and introduced the Biafra dollar. So my question now is, immediately when Biafra is declared, are we going to start using the Biafra dollar, or are we going to use the Biafra pound? Because many of us here have the Biafra pounds as we studied after the war. So are we going to use the Biafra pounds immediately after Biafra is declared, or are we going to immediately start using the Biafra dollar that have been introduced by Biafra Republic government in exile?
I don't know whether this is, you really actually mean to ask such question. Why can we use something we did not introduce? We have introduced a new denomination, which is the dollar. The dollar is what we're using. The reason why we are not going to use the pounds is that we are cutting off anything British. I want everybody to understand that what we are doing, and America did it. America did exact thing. When America liberated themselves from British, they start changing everything British to their own. So we don't have our own as such, but because dollar is globally accepted currency, we can start with dollar. By the time the Biafra government hit the ground running, we may even decide to change whatever we want to change it to. So it is going to be a collective decision of the Biafra people to vote on which currency they are going to use. But for the beginning, we are taking the dollar, Biafra dollar, and that's the way it is. But after that, it may change to something else. But I believe it is not going to be pounds. We don't want to have anything to do with the British, considering what they have done to us or against us for many years. So we want to do just like America did, or even more than what America did to them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I understand every of your answers. So my next question is in regards to language, because I've indulged in discussion where we discuss about NCBD, our language. So are we going to really use NCBD as our official language when Biafra is restored? Maybe next 5 years we start learning it.
We are not talking about the official language now. We are going to start using NCBD, but the issue of official language now is something that is going to be a decision of the entire Biafra nation and the Confederation State of Biafra. So it is not something that Simon Ekpa will sit here and tell you this is the official language of Biafra and this is not the official language of Biafra. What we are going to tell you is that we're going to we'll let the people understand the importance of having our language and the reason why we must invest in our language and make sure that our language become the official language and not any borrowed language. Thank you.
Okay. My last question is not the final question. But
Look,
what's the last question?
You are taking much
My last question is, please, this may be discreet question that should be asked indoors or privately, but if you don't have an answer to it, you can admit. My last question is in regards to the rays on the sun. In 1967 to 70, we use the rays. If you count it, you see that it's 11 rays.
You see, all this question you're asking now has nothing to add to the liberation of Biafra. I want you to ask question about the liberation of Biafra, not question about inscription or what we are using in the logo or what is in the sun, what is not in the sun. Yes. That has nothing to contribute and has nothing to do to the restoration of Biafra or the liberation of Biafra. Ask question, what is going to add value when Biafra come? What we are going to do to change things and make things work for the Biafra people? These are the questions I'm expecting from you. Not who draw the lion or who draw the sun or how many stars in the sun and all that. These are nonsense questions.
Okay. Let me read them. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, Ndubisi. And please, I'm sure those of us that are coming up with our questions, you must have heard our Prime Minister now. Please be very, very, sure of your questions. Don't ask questions that will not benefit Biafrans or asking questions to your own selfish ambition. Thank you very much.
And I want to,
All right,
I
am going to give.
I want to use this opportunity to recognize the presence of Naomi Litvin. Naomi Litvin is our own person, lover of freedom of Biafra, friend of Biafra from Israel, and I want to recognize her presence on this space. Thank you.
Thank you, my Prime Minister. Please, Naomi, if you want to speak up, please, you will freely collect the microphone and talk to Biafrans, please. Thank you very much. Okay, and the next person to take the microphone is Ekperi Ma Biafra Warrior. Ekperi Ma Biafra Warrior, please take the microphone.
Please, anybody taking microphone should not use a time of more than 60 seconds. A minute, please, is enough, so that we can have more as much speaker as we wish tonight.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mazi Success. Thank you. That's a very good one. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Good morning and good afternoon from wherever you are listening from. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to ask the question. My question is about the currency, because I know that Biafra is already here. We are not going to Biafra, we are already there. So I just want to ask about how are we going to go about it, so that people that have somebody like me, I have stopped sending money home. My account is dumb out there. I don't want to put anything, but maybe there are some people that still have that Zouk Nigeria currency. Sorry, how the exchange is going to come about, or are they supposed to start disposing of it now? Thank you.
Nobody is going to talk about the currency of Biafra until the declaration of Biafra. That particular issue remains very sensitive, and it remains the responsibility of Biafra government. So immediately Biafra is declared, after the self-referendum, as the case may be, we are going to introduce the Biafra currency. So only after then, we'll begin to solve these questions and address them.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, Success, go ahead.
Yes. Prime Minister, I think I wish to say something on religion that somebody asked question about. The government should somebody who is in charge of the religion in the government in exile, a Republican government in exile, should be able to design these 3 categories of religious sects, which is the Judaism, the tradition, and the Christians, because it's good we start preparing the mind of our people on what qualifies you to own, to pioneer a ministry, either in Judaism or even our native doctors, because we have a lot of fake of them now. So it is good we start preparing all these things now ahead of time, because this is where people got confused. I'm telling you, if it is not the love people have for what we are doing, a lot of people are already misbehaving. Those who say they are Jews, those who say they are Christians, those who say they are traditionalists. If you come to meeting in those days, this theory does not meet. And I think the only way to solve this issue is to make a proper organize a proper pattern, to which this one you are in charge of Christian. So whoever that is in Christian, those are in the Christian body, those pastors, we bring them together under this. There are pastors, thousands of pastors in homeland that they don't have a forum to be, and you can put them in that forum. There are rabbis and other kazans at home here that wish to belong to some of these Jewish organizations directed by the religious affair that are not. The same thing with the tradition. We can't start doing that now. That's my own.
If you observe very, very closely, you'll understand that what you are saying now actually has been solved by the Biafra Republic government in exile. We have traditionalists in the government in exile, in the religious department. We have pastors. We have native doctor, all of them together in the same department. So I believe that has actually solved that problem, because we are going to replicate that in the Biafra land. So it means that the pastors among us understand that they have to respect the religious rights of the native doctors. The native doctor also understand they have to respect the religious rights of the pastors, and they are all in the same department. As I'm talking with you today, we have all of them in the same department working together for the interests of Biafra. So we have actually defeated that. The only problem you see happening in Nigeria today is because of the Nigeria policy and system. It was not designed, the country, Nigeria, was not designed to be prosperous and to serve the interests of anybody. That's why everything is clashing against each other. But in the government of Biafra in exile today, we have the traditionalists in the Department of Religions and the religious department. We have the pastors heading it. The pastor is the minister of that particular department, and they are all working together. There's no any clash of interest whatsoever. So we have actually solved that, and we are making sure that we replicate that in Biafra land. So the emergence of Biafra will solve those problems that you see happening in Nigeria today, because Nigeria itself creates that particular atmosphere that nothing works in Nigeria. Thank you.
Master Success, are you good?
Yes.
All right.
Think
Okay.
Naomi had the mic before, and the mic has been collected from her by Twitter. Let me look for her and give her the mic again.
Okay, do that. Ihe ala niile, please take the microphone. Make it very quick, 60 seconds for each microphone.
All right, good evening, everyone. Good evening, my PM. I'm calling from, speaking from Lagos, Nigeria. Please, I have two questions to ask you. Please, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Please, in my community in Ayala, people can no longer travel or even hold something like burial. So I said to ask them what happened. They said there are a group of boys they called Umuoma. They will even come and destroy, even if you are trying to organize a maybe traditional wedding or something like that, or burial, they will come and destroy
Let
everything
me
there.
address you before you
Please,
start asking the question. Please go and direct that question to Soludo, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, and Ifeanyi Oba. Please, any day you see them on Twitter space, direct this question to them. They know who is Umoma, and they know who is doing whatever they are doing in Ihala there. Our people are not interested in who is doing burial. We're not interested in who is doing marriage. Our fight is the liberation of Biafra, and to make sure that the military do not come to our land and kill anybody. That's what we do. We don't know anything about who is doing burial and who is not doing burial. Please ask Soludo. Soludo have levied the people of Anambra using all manner of criminals to impose levy on them and collect revenue. So I'm talking to you today. The people that are driving keke are paying Soludo in thousands. People that are driving buses, they are paying about 5,000 every 3 days or something like that. Somebody who is very, very conversant with that can educate us more. So please, anything about levy in Anambra, both from the criminals and non-criminals, go and ask Soludo. Soludo is responsible for all those particular levies against our people. And that's what we are fighting against. Thank you.
okay, please, my second question is, please, my PM, please, what plans do you have for our agricultural system? Because that is my field I want to go into seriously. What are we going to do? You know, for some time now, we have solely depended on the northerners for agricultural products. You know, immediately when Biafra is declared, so how are we going to go about mass production of agricultural product that will be able to feed the nation?
No, we are going to plant it in your head. We are going to plant cassava in your head. How can you come here and be asking how are we going to do our agricultural production? We depend on it. And we are fighting to liberate ourselves. We are talking about how we are going to do about our agriculture. Of course, we are going to embark on a massive agricultural, products. We're going to, we are, we have a sufficient food today in Biafra land. And when I don't understand where you people are getting this particular idea of Northerners, we are depending on Northerners for our food and all that. Where do you get those kind of information from? We have yam, we have rice. The biggest plantation of rice is in the east. The biggest yam, farmland is in the east. So where are you people? Even in Benue State, they have, they are the food basket of the nation. So where are you people getting all this? Not this. We are going to plant it on your head. Bring your head, we'll barb your head and put cassava on it to have a mass production of food in Biafra when Biafra comes. If you cannot think that we have enough food in Biafra land, there are so many questions that sometimes I wonder. So because we are fighting for Biafra, I'm not going to bring food for our people. We have enough food. Ebonyi State today produce the biggest and the highest and the most nutritious rice in the entire Africa. We are here talking about northern Nigeria, depending on northern Nigeria. We're not depending on northern Nigeria, my brother. We're going to have mass production of food products in the entire Biafra territory. So we are going to invest heavily on agriculture. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my Prime Minister Ihialalile. I'm sure you have gotten that. Thank you. Okay, we have two hands raised. Please endeavor to raise your hands, Omuchineke. Obu Godwin Ekene. Obu Godwin Ekene, please bring your question.
Yeah, good evening, my able Prime Minister. Good evening, sir. Wow, I'm so much happy. I'm much happy to speak with you one-on-one. Yeah, good evening, all Biafrans, wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on your time zone. Wow, I'm so much happy today. My Prime Minister here at the KSHO, you will live long. For long, I've been following you, but operation is born. So for me not to waste much of your time, please, my Prime Minister, my question is concerning our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. I don't know if but I don't have any other way to ask except this, except that this time that I have gotten you, please, have you been having some information about him, whether he's okay, because I'm be worried all these things I will be hearing in Biafra land through all those things. I'm not satisfied with that. I only been satisfied with your own. That is my first question, sir.
Thank you very much. He is not okay. He needs medical attention. He needs to be operated. And I have raised that alarm before this whole thing started, when some people are calling on the phone and insulting themselves, those who claim to be part of his life. So he is not okay, and that's why he needs urgent attention. And today we saw that some people went and started granting press statement that, court granted Onyendu the right to have a medical, doctors of his own choice. And people are sharing it. Did you see me share it? Did you see any of the real IPOB share it? You can't see me share it. I don't share those nonsense. How many times have court granted Onyendu the right to do something and they never see it happen? It is what they use to deceive the people that they want to deceive. Okay? They have gone to court and court say, give Onyendu the right to have access to his doctor. How many times will Onyendu be given right to have access to his doctor? Even the DSS gave Onyendu access to have surgery and have his doctor. What happened today? Have they actually granted that access, themselves approved? The answer is no. So when they see that something is going to happen, they will come with all this nonsense, cut and join statement, and the treacherous Ejiofor will stand with his burning face, be talking rubbish, and then following the Bini man. The point here is that we cannot be deceived. So there is nothing changing from what has been happening before. Court have discharged Onyendu, and have they released him? The answer is no. So I don't know why these criminals will be sharing the court judgment on Onyendu, having access to doctor, you know, and they are making it to become a news. How many times have court given judgment in favor of Onyendu? How many times have they actually allowed that particular judgment to stand? No time. So what makes this one different? The only thing that makes this one different is that they want to use it to deceive people, to deceive those who don't understand what is going on. We are not interested in all this, court, that. Let the particular court judgment, the before judgment, which discharge Onyendu, let it also take its course. We have not, they have not implemented that one. They are bringing another judgment. They have not implemented another one. They are bringing another judgment, and people continue to clap for these fools. So what I'm saying here is that Onyendu need urgent help, and that's what we are fighting. And we still give them till the 30th of this month. If he's not released, these 2 weeks sit at home is not only the thing that is coming. We are going to crash the economy of Nigeria to ground zero. And like I said, the collapse of Nigeria starts from the 31st of this month. Write it down. Thank you.
Yeah, my able Prime Minister, thank you so much. I'm well satisfied with your answers. Thank you, sir. Please permit me, sir. I have one question to ask, but I will ask that. I have 2 questions, but I'll ask it in one, sir, please. My next question is this: like our leader Onyendu now, whenever the DSS, let me say, I know they would release him on a because the heat is much on them. I know they will release him as soon as. So do we, like the government of Biafra, hope that I'm not just that, I'm just asking because I don't know whether if we have any access like for us to take him out from Nigeria, because if they release him now, maybe this Geofor and the co might have their own plan B of eliminating him or something like that. So my question is if there is any plan of, let me say, taking him out from that zoo called Nigeria.
The plan we have is a very confidential plan, and they did not succeed in Kenya. They will not succeed again in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, Obu. Your time is up. No more questions. Thank you so much. Yeah, sometimes please give him. All right, thank you. Please raise your hands, please. If I hold on, I know maybe you have another question. Let's take another person. White Cross, please. You can ask your question, please. Please, others should raise their hands, please. White Cross.
It is a I'm on board.
All right.
Yeah, greetings to my PM, long live, and I'm so happy to be on board this evening to ask this question. So my question is there any coordination and lifeline that is open for any zoo security forces, deserters, or forces or zoo that are of Biafran origin, and also men that are in diaspora that are willing to join forces with the liberation forces on ground to defend the motherland as time goes on. So is there a lifeline or a coordination that is open for this?
We do not have lifeline at this point for security reasons. So you just have to put your ear on the ground and follow our broadcast and our announcement. But for now, we do not have, and we don't intend to have, for security reasons. Thank you.
All right.
All right, that was a very quick one. Thank you very much. Ifeanyi, please, you have another quick one. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. All protocol duly observed. My PM, I salute you once more. My PM, question I want to ask is to one of our brothers sent me a message to ask you this question, and the other one is coming from me. The first one will be coming from me. I want to ask a question based on the religion, more especially the Christian religion we have today. I will speak on the one that I know, our Roman Catholic Church and our Anglican Church. As it is today, there's an arrangement that every year there's this money that is being pushed to England, that's to Britain, on yearly basis, and there's this that is being pushed to Rome on yearly basis. And I want to ask, in Biafra, is there going to be a kind of a new arrangement that every resources that is coming from Biafra land will serve the purpose of Biafra people? Or are we still going to be sending money to people that don't even care if we live or die? Then the second question of my brother Emeka says, are we going to have this system in which foreign immigrants can come to Biafra? Because I know that many people who want to come and give birth for their babies in Biafra land. Are we going to have that system that foreign immigrants, when their wives are pregnant, can come to Biafra land and give birth to their child? Will their child be given a citizen's right as a result of childbirth? That is the two questions I have.
Thank you very
my
much.
PM.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much for
Thank
the
you very much.
opportunity.
I think I employ everyone to go and read the updated immigration policy of Biafra. It's going to be posted on our website in a matter of days. The updated immigration policy of Biafra did not allow anybody to acquire Biafra citizen by marriage. And also, there will be no Biafra citizenship by birth. That have addressed your concern. There are many other policies of the immigration that you need to get yourself acquainted to. It is subject to amendment and depending on what is happening. So that have addressed your question. The issue of sending money to Rome and all that, you just answered the question. We cannot be raising money in Biafra and then using it to develop another place. It is going to be Biafra first. So I believe that the government of Biafra will also design a very suitable laws that will protect the interest of Biafra first before anything. So it is Biafra first before any other place. It is going to be Biafra first before Rome. It's going to be Biafra first before any place. So once we are okay with our own, we can begin to think about Rome. So for now, it is Biafra first. Thank you.
Wonderful. Biafra first, which is you are our priority. Biafrans worldwide. Thank you very much, my Prime Minister.
And please, we have 8 minutes to go. This is almost 2 a.m. here, and I have been on the meeting for the whole day. And the reason why I am on this space is to let the Biafra people understand that I am just very busy. So instead of keeping them in the dark. So we have 10 minutes to go. Let me say 10 minutes to go. So we're gonna end this in the next 46, 1:46 or 46 past the hour, wherever you are. Thank you.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Sources, please handle the part of this, please.
Okay.
Said what?
Handle the ending part of this. We have 10 minutes, judiciously.
All right.
Feline. Okay.
Feline, go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, my Prime Minister. God bless you. We really appreciate what you're doing. More grace you're able. And Pastor Vam, each and every one of you. My question, I will just rush my question quickly. Firstly, I want to ask my Prime Minister, are we going to have an independent judicial system when Biafra is liberated? Then secondly, will Biafra join the BRICS nation, or we're going to be under the West kind of system? Then my third question would be in terms of I think that's in terms of bank. Are we going to have an independent banking system? Like unlike Nigeria, we have the central bank. Like South Africa, they got a reserve bank, and their bank is independent. So that's my question. Please address to that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We are going to have independent judicial system.
Okay.
We are going to have independent banking system. And let me also add that we are going to have a bureaucratic system.
Wonderful.
bureaucratic system means that everybody is on their own.
Good.
So then the issue of whether we are going to join BRICS or Western nation is not the issue to be discussed here, because we are going to be friends to those who want us to be friends with them. We are going to stretch our hand and open our door to welcome whoever want to help us, and we'll help them. So our friendship knows no bound. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prime Minister. I appreciate. One last question. I know your time is almost up. You're also a good driver, fast driver. I would like us to have autobahn, just like Germany. Germany has an autobahn. If we're going to have that in Biafra land. Thank you.
Thank you. We have to build our road now, and then make sure that our road is up to Germany or better than German standard. So, but yes, we are getting to that. For those of you that want to drive Ferrari, don't worry. We are going to drive Bugatti and Ferrari. And,
Wonderful. Wonderful.
thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, Felin. Thank you very much, for your questions. I think no other person is still raising hands, and we will be ending this in the next 5 minutes. If you have a question, please raise your hands. I will call on you to ask your questions. But PM, before everyone raise hand, I saw what you shared, I think last week, on what we call the Biafran good coin.
Hello?
So,
Yeah, this is
who is this?
Mazi Chukwumazi from New York. I want to make my comment.
You
I want
didn't.
to ask.
You didn't raise your hand. You didn't raise your hand, and you're interrupting. Raise your hand, and if you want to talk, you raise your hand. We'll call on you. So, PM, you shared what we call Biafran good coin, and towards the end of this program, please, I want you to make a comment on that. Thank you. Oh, yeah, you can unmute yourself.
Biafra good coin. Okay.
Yes, there is a tweet you made.
Okay, yes.
On Biafran
I
good
don't
coin.
think this is the right place or the right time to make comments on those coins, because it requires strength and time for me to explain, in details to Biafra people. So I think maybe when I'm going to discuss about that coin, it's going to be a topic on its own.
Yes, because I saw it. I know that our forefathers really have something good for us.
And
Honestly,
to my greatest surprise, there is even the coin up to 2012, even 2007 or 17, and this is a collection by a Russian person. So, and we happen to have access to it.
it is wonderful.
Yes. So it requires a program on its own. Thank you. Where I will be fronting the whole of the document, for Biafra people to understand, that Biafra is here, because it is not the man who is, in question, have contacted the Biafra Republic government in exile for this. He wrote me directly.
Oh, Akachukodia.
Yes, Akachukodia.
Akachukodia. Chim Chukwumeze. Unmute yourself now. You will be the last speaker.
Yeah, good day to every comrade in the space. Greetings to you, my Prime Minister. So I have two questions. My first question is going to be on the aspect of the national on TV and media when Biafra is restored. Is the Biafra government going to put measures in place to control the things that our people, the citizens of Biafra, most especially our children, the kind of things that they could watch on TVs, so as to not corrupt our values and our beliefs and our tradition? And secondly, also on the media aspect, is the Biafra government gonna be strict, most especially with like all these external to not corrupt our values and our beliefs and our tradition? And secondly, also on the media aspect, is the Biafra government gonna be strict, most especially with like all these external, all these foreign conventional medias, like on the
Baba, wetin dey happen now? Bam. Rafael, can you hear me? You dey sleep?
Conventional media, I will tell you that the fault is not actually those conventional medias. The fault always comes from the government. Web of fake news and those propaganda that will influence them and they begin to cause trouble into their land. So if government is sensible, if government is responsible, and if government have the interests of the people at heart, nobody will have the time to go and listen to foreign media to get a better news. Okay? So we are going to first of all have the interests of Biafrans to be the first priority of the Biafra government. Make sure we create atmosphere, conducive atmosphere and environment for everybody to get employment, for everybody to get a job, for business to have investment in Biafra land, and then create good and happy environment for everybody. Nobody will go and start listening to CNN. What do you need CNN for? When you have a government news media that propagate truth and make sure that whatever they bring to the media is something that is going to benefit the people of Biafra, nobody will have time to go and listen to CNN. What do they need CNN for? So we first of all have to put our house to order before looking at how to regulate the foreign media coming to influence our people. You do your job very right, nobody will listen. For example, I'm in Finland here. What do I need CNN for? I don't listen to CNN. If I want to have news, I listen to the news in Finland because the government is very, very responsible one. So nobody have the time to go and listen to people, except you want to know what is going on in those countries and how they fight and punch each other to have fun. You go and listen to them, but you don't rely on them to, make you, affect the policies of your country or how you should rise up against your country or stuff like that when the country is reasonable and the government is reasonable government. So we have to fix our house first before looking at who we are going to put blame of our failure on. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And we will be winding down on this Twitter space, pending when we return in few hours' time from now. I want to thank Biafrans and assure everybody that collectively we will collapse Nigeria, no matter what. We have demonstrated it. Now we have demonstrated in the past. We are demonstrating now, and we are going to demonstrate it by 31st of this month. If Onyendu is not ready, the only way they will cut us off of this very program is if they release Onyendu, and I believe they may not, because Chukwu Okike Abiyama will harden their hearts and we use the release of Onyendu to accomplish so many things which we are set to accomplish within these very 2 weeks. So please send collective to family and friends back home and encourage them to observe these very 2 weeks. The message is already out there. Thank you very much and see you when we are back. Mas Raphael, your closing remark before I hand over to the PM.
Thank you very much, Mazi Success. Thank you very much, fellow Biafrans. Please, those of you that couldn't ask your questions, you will ask when next our Prime Minister comes up. So you now understand how our Prime Minister role. You come up with very, accurate questions and very, thought-provoking questions that will shake the zoo to know that yes, we're intelligent. You come up with such questions, and then our Prime Minister is able to answer all those questions.
Well, BIAFRANS, a hot and a hot. I must say the truth. These coming 2 weeks, we have everything it takes to be free. Are you ready? Just as I talk, as I say, as I talk, that's how PM talk. Propaganda. Michael Zekome coming to preach Bible, telling us this one, that one, that one. All of them are propaganda. Now, crime minister, but he go criminalize you into Biafra. You see your name, Okro Daniel. Carry another person picture, put there. You can't even be yourself. Fools everywhere. Well, BIAFRANS, when I hear what with the talk, when I hear what with the do, we must continue. Ralph, you want to say anything before we go?
Yeah, thank you, fellow BIAFRANS. Thank you for joining us in that Twitter space. We appreciate you. And please keep up the good work that you are all doing. Those of you that are standing in, maintaining your position, we must continue. Don't allow these people to deceive you. They cannot even deceive us at all. And I'm sorry for even saying don't allow them to deceive you, because we are already focused on anything they are saying. Whenever they do their boo-boo yaya, we already know, and we just laugh at them. Like I said, I repeat it again. How can somebody that is supposed to be fighting for the same thing we are fighting for, they're telling us that what we are doing, we are not doing it well, and what he is doing, he cannot even show us what he has achieved with what he's doing. Like our prime minister said, our leader is not out yet. Every court case that they keep come out and say we have won this, we have won this, none of them, you win all the case. Our leader is supposed to be free. Our leader is not free. You win all the case. They say our leader should have a change of cloth. They did not listen. You win all the case. They say our leader should see his medical doctor. They did not listen. You come back again and you say you win a case again for him to see medical doctor because we want to sit at home. You are announcing it. And in the middle of announcing it, you are telling people that our leader is against it at home. Don't that disfigure that your mouth that you used to say it. Fellow BIAFRANS will know who we are, will know what we want, and will know who we will listen to and who we will believe.
They were. Another just use 2 minutes and do your closing remark. Make we draw the curtain. Or you are busy?
Amba, anọ m ya. Ụmụ Chukwu okike abịa ma ana m ekene unu again. Jisie n'ike. Unu egekwana ndị ụchụ a ntị. All this Zekome na ndị ochie echezara n'onwe ha since many years kịta kafa na-etete n'ụla. Ime onwe ọkụ onwe ka ha si ifu na ọdụ ka ife agbagharịwa na ha bịa idisive onwe ha chara na edisive ụmụ Biafra. Number one, na these people na-eche na ya amara ife. Amara m ife na-eche. A na-eche na ya enwero brain. Ka ọ na nwa ha gwacha ya okwu ya echezọ. Because ọmụ na anyị na-echeta ife niile ha na-ekwu. Ezekome eyele ha ata aja ọ tara today. Aja ọ bịara tata Ezekome eyele ha ata yawa aja. Mana adị nsọ for Ezekome na disgrace onwe ya gbuo karịa ya complete. Because ọnwụ na Ezekome gwa that na after today na onye n'imenu the same again. Ịma na-ezigbote okwu asị. Ezekome egbugo onwe ya. And ya dị very careful. Because ọnwụ na ọ kpachara anya na ife ya enyere ya aka BP ọkọsụlụ onwe. Because amana nka Ezekome ya esi wee bịa. Half our leader Maazị Nnamdi Kanu trust ya. Trust Ezekome to now the kind of hope our leader Maazị Nnamdi Kanu nwere ebe Ezekome nọ. Awụrụ obere ife. Mana Ezekome wee bịa kpuo ya na today and ọnwụ na iwọcha image Ezekome. Mgbe Ezekome na-ekwu okwu ọ na-ekwu today. Ifu that Ezekome wu nyawu na ọ ṅachara ka akwa ọ na-ekwu okwu ka onye afọs na afọs. Ọ na-ekwu okwu nyawu ife Ezekome na-ekwuta ọ na-ewọcha body movement Ezekome. Ịma that na Ezekome okwu ahụ ọ na-ekwu abaghị obi kama na o rie n'aka azụ o richiga ọnụ and Ezekome ya agwọ ya. Then o nwere one of my sister na-asụ ụmụsọ oyibo nne awụlọ m onye Eriza ife nna asụ asụsụ Igbo and ndị asụsụ nke m nwa obodo ọhụrụ na-asụ nke fa Britain na-asụ asụsụ fa oyibo ka eji mara fa ndị ọya ka ha na-asụ Then n'obodo ọna na-maintain their own. Ahụ m nwa ndị mbụ na ndị egede. So ana m maintain kwa my asụsụ Igbo. Ọwụ na asụsụ Igbo ya wụ number 1 n'ụwa niile. Mma ala ike ya. So enwe n'iwe na aida na ị na-anụ ife m na-ekwu ọ na mana ị ala ike ka nsụ oyibo. Nne mbọsọ ọ dapụtara iwele ọkwa na ọ dapụtara iwele m otu isi wee fụ m na ife nwuwe onye Igbo nke m akọ na m adị nke njika. So ụmụ Chukwu okike abịa ma unu nụrụ ife dragon kwuru ọnwụ ụnụ ha nadat na ha elelize ha leader Maazị Nnamdi Kanu hapụ ya n'ọrụ onwe na-eje ebe sọ na-eme ife sọ ya nụ sit at home 2 weeks a onye mara ajụ oyi eke n'ume ya ke n'ume ma ọnwụ na anyị ruru ebe anyị na-eje ụmụ Chineke ife ahụ the only sacrifice onye ọwụna ya emenwu na disi nwere onwe ife ahụ the only sacrifice onye ọwụna ya emefe our leader Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Cheta na ọnọdụ awọdị na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu nọ today ọnọ ya nọ because of ife o metere ọnọdụ a place because ịfụnanya o nwere ebe bụ na gị nọ na-abọ nọ ọnọdụ a place because of na ọ chọrọ better life for ụmụnne ya onye ka o ji wee deny onwe the happiness mmadụ kwesịrị inwe unu na-ewesọ na-ekwu okwu business what of our leader Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ọ like ya ego mana o deny ya o deny ụmụ happiness o enweta n'aka ụmụaka ya happiness o enweta n'aka family ya ihe niile edinayịrị ya ọfụhụ ụmụaka ya ọ na-eto just because of ịfụnanya o nwere ebe m na gị na-abọ nọ nwaanyị ya eji nje wepụta obi were meela our leader Maazị Nnamdi Kanu gosi ya that na yes na anyị nwasịgo gara na anyị kwugo n'azụ ọ dị mma ọ dị njọ anyị esogo n'azụ nwaanyị eji nje nye this time nwaanyị eji nje sacrifice for anyị eji nje sacrifice for him nwaanyị eji ya n'ebe ahụ for him. So onye ọ na-amara nnọọ ịmara nnọọ ịfụnanya ahụ isi na ị nwere ebe our leader Maazị Nnamdi Kanu nọ this is the time ihe wepụta that love our leader our savior your savior is the suffering your savior na-achọ ịnwụ ahụ adịghị your savior need treatment edeny all these things. Now the only person nwere ike ihe our savior ahụ mụ na gị na-abụ our leader Maazị Nnamdi Kanu gwara anyị sị ọnwụ na-achọ ya afọ ya anyị tọọ Nigeria upside down ka ezike ihe esi tọọ Nigeria upside down sọsọ onye sit at home for him nke wee nwee ike ilelizie imenwu ihe biko ụmụ Chukwu okike abịa ma ọnwụ na love our leader Maazị Nnamdi Kanu na ịfụnanya o nwere ebe ịnọ respect ye this sit at home geenụ dragon ntị ọsọ onye nwere ike ịgwụ n'isi. So ụmụ Chineke ekene m na na-atụ nụ ka chi fọdụ 247 ana m ekene ka ezi nwanne ka chi fọdụ vam ka chi fọdụ ụmụ Chineke.
Ndewo. Biafrans, just as we said it, the only reason why you see Mike Ezekome coming out to tell you that they granted Onyendu access to his own doctor or to any doctor is because of sit at home. If you go and listen to that, his submission, where he took time to speak or address or show anger, is in the sit at home. He said that he said something. He said that Onyendu want to come out and hold World Congress or World Conference to tell every Igbo, he said to tell every Igbo man, Igbo woman that he don't want sit at home. He's not in support of sit at home. And I am telling Mike Ezekome again, I've said it before, Nnamdi Kanu has nothing to do with the sit at home. We Biafrans are the ones that want to sit at home. Even if Maazị Nnamdi Kanu from detention now say, stop, we are not stopping until we get him out. We must free Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. So Mike Ezekome, you are starting to cry like a Jofo, and you will cry like a Jofo. Go and free Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Very simple thing. Above all things, we are not interested in what the list of what Binta Yaku granted you is not. They are irrelevant. The only one thing important, obey the court rule that you, Mike Ezekome, went and they got the news and they told us and gave us the news that Onyendo has been discharged. That is what the only court order we want you to bring out and told us it has been carried out. If not, Mike Ezekome, go and hide your head in the Obi case and fight for me. Mike Ezekome, you heard me very well. So Biafrans, well done. Thank you. We must continue. Sit at home, no get duplication, no get going back. From me to you, good night.
What Nani can say, and that's all for it. Nani can say any day he shifts from this particular position, we should fight against him. We're not going to fight against him. We'll address him and advise him. So we are saying today, we stand by the truth. All those people that are fighting against Biafra, why they are in IPOB, whether you're under security, whether you're in IPOB, whether you're under the elders, whichever way you are, to go to Gadiama. Brunya Patuana and now to go to Gadiama. Would you take care of Tibuquayo? I don't have a Tibuquayo. Please be about Tibuquayo. You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.